Some days I feel like I can take on the entire world. But there are other days when I'm too tired to do anything else. Normally, the best thing that I can think of to do is to create something. Draw something, put something together, take whatever it is that's in my head and put it on paper. I've been having a lot of those days lately, where the only thing I can do is either write or draw something. I know it helps, and it helps a lot, which is why I keep doing it, and I know I'll never stop, ever. But there are days when I don't even want to do that. And those days kind of worry me a little, but I choose not to dwell on worry. Because if I'm worrying about something, then that something might actually happen. So when I have the days when I don't feel like doing anything, and I'm too exhausted to do anything, I take it easy. I believe there are 3 stages that we go through in life: rest, explore, and create. And sometimes these stages overlap, but I feel like they have their separate times when it's either you're resting and you really can't get anything else done no matter how much you try because you literally need to rest, or you're exploring. And exploring doesn't necessarily mean travel, even though that's in it, but exploring means increasing your knowledge, expanding your curiosities, doing things that you've always thought about doing but never had the chance to do. It's scratching that itch that you've ignored for a long time. That's what exploring means to me. It's upgrading your knowledge and your experiences. It's not just travel and going outside or reading. It's everything. And then we have create. And that we can take as face value. It's anything that you create. And what I choose to create are abstract drawings or actual things that look like things. Or I write. I wrote something down the other day, and it said, I write to declutter my brain. Let that sink in.
Well, I ate like 90% of the cake, but I like that it's not overly sweet, but that moistness that I was looking for, it didn't have it. And it's like it satisfied the carrot cake craving for a little bit. Yeah, I guess it did satisfy the taste for it, but need to come again. Mm-mm. It's so hard to find a good vegan bakery shop in New York. I don't know if it's just me or if I'm just like very picky, but it I feel like it's one of the hardest things to do. I know a really good vegan bakery shop in Jacksonville, Florida, but no, not Jacksonville, Orlando, Florida. But that's about it. Everywhere else, it's either too sweet or it's dry as hell. And this one, it's not too sweet, so it got a good mark there, but it's borderline dry. Oh well, this week is already weird. It should get weirder. Yay! Oh, fun weird. So I literally just had an idea, right? Because I'm thinking about it, and it's kind of something mom said to me earlier, because I told her I was trying to get a vegan chocolate carrot cake. And she was like, well, they don't use milk in the carrot cake. I was like, yes, but the icing on a regular carrot cake is made from cream cheese. Cream cheese, milk. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm okay with eggs, but I just can't do milk. So that means I have to spend the rest of my life eating very bad dessert. Because now, not only am I stuck with vegan desserts, most of the bakers feel like they should add the vegan and gluten free together. Why? And then on top of that, it's drier. How about you give me the option to choose a regular carrot cake, which is moist as hell, and vegan icing? Why is there no one that has this option? I need to understand. Because I want to eat a really good carrot cake, but I can't do the cream cheese frosting. So please give me the option to choose my frosting. I know it's inconvenient and all of that, but somebody figure it out. Please, the bakery industry. Coming from one very frustrated person who likes to eat pastries once in a blue moon, but when the urge hits and the craving hits, I want a really good slice of cake. Please figure out how to do it. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Okay? So that's the thought that came to me. Why do I not have the option to choose? All right. That's all.
One of the best things about living in New York is that I can walk everywhere. There's always something to see that I've never seen before, always something to do that I've never done before. And if I don't feel like walking, I can either jump on the subway or the bus. But why not just walk?
I'm going to be very candid. This film is taking me a long time to finish. And it's simply because I have something in my head of how I want it to be. And I'm having trouble trusting my abilities to actually do what's in my head. And this is going to be my second day attempt trying to finish editing this. I don't know why it's taking me so long, but I have decided to just stop caring and just allow myself to just edit. And when it's done, I'll review it. And it's probably going to blow my mind. So I'm just going to allow. I just found a YouTube channel that kind of is teaching me how to set up my camera even more. So all of the, not crisp because we don't want crisp, the soft color that makes cinematography cinematography. That's basically what I'm doing with the camera. And I am learning so much about this camera so far because I know it's a really good camera, and I did set it up to how I love seeing things, but to enhance it even more, to have more control over certain things, because certain things I did not put it on manual because I'm like, nope, I don't want to deal with that until I am ready to deal with that. So I think I'm ready because I'm changing the settings and I'm already loving the process so far. Find something that makes you excited to learn how to do it more. There's so much joy in that.
A huge amount of the explanation of the universe and math just comes from that, being able to expand your consciousness of number to include direction.
I literally just sat back down to actually start editing. Think about 2 hours later. But while I was actually at the UPS store, I got an idea on the way back and I started writing the script. So I now have something to record. Yay! I'm so excited about that because it was it was stressing me a little because I'm like I don't know what direction to go with it.
It's
And
during
I
these
just
boring moments that we truly allow ourselves.
I just gave up. I'm like, you know what?
We're
It's
not
just
even
it's gonna come to
recording.
me. So I might as well just wait. And it did come to me. It's like whenever I get all in my head about certain things, it's just like just go do something else that you're gonna enjoy instead of stressing over the things that are not working right now. So I did that. And now at 6:49 p.m., I'm going to be recording the audio. That's if you don't spend the time scrolling social media, which I highly recommend you don't do that.
We walk around with so many things on our minds, especially me. My mind doesn't stop, it just keeps going. And if I don't do something about all the thoughts, it's like they want to take over my life. And that's exactly why I journal. Or sometimes, if I don't feel like the words are coming, I draw. Because symbols mean a lot of things that words can't really express sometimes. All of this to say that it really doesn't matter how you choose to create or how I choose to create, as long as we're in that create stage and we actually do something creative. And again, creative doesn't have to mean just art or writing. It could be anything that you think is creative. I mean, if you think your work is creative, then that's your creative outlet. That's the thing about this life. It doesn't matter how I do something or how you do something. If it gets us to the goal or it gets us where we want to go, then it's the right way of doing it. Yes, there are going to be some things where we end up making huge messes of things, but it's during those mess and mistakes and all of that where we learn exactly where we should go. Because if you have no idea of what you don't like, how are you going to know what you do like? I honestly don't know where this was gonna go. I just sat here and felt like speaking what was on my mind and what was in my heart. And these are the words that actually came out. It all started because I've been exhausted. I feel like my create stage overlaps with all of my other stages. It makes sense because I'm an artist, right? But I have to remember that I have to be patient with myself and give myself grace, because it's not every time that I want to do something means it's the right time to do it. And things will happen that will delay what I want to do because it's not the right time. And I may see it as, oh my gosh, everything is just going nuts and nothing is going according to plan. But I think everything is going according to plan. All the ups, the downs, the crossroads, the roller coasters, the mud, the barbed wire fence that we have to jump over, everything is according to plan. And honestly, that makes me relax a lot more and just go with the flow. Because what is there to really stress over when everything is literally taken care of?
I had the worst headache. I went for a run earlier, and because I haven't ran consistently for a while, yesterday I got away with the headache. I ran, it was like a mile something, I don't remember. It's like a mile, I don't remember. But it was over a mile. And today, when I woke up, I was like, okay, I'm going to go for another run because I actually do feel good. And my muscles don't hurt. Normally, after the first run, it's like my muscles are just like, yeah, no, we're not gonna run again until like maybe 2 days. But since I ran and then walk and ran and walk and ran and walked, honestly, I didn't feel like it. So I was like, okay, let me start off with walking, and then however I feel after that, then I continue. Ended up doing over a mile. So today I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the same thing again. And afterwards, when I came back, I was like, okay. I had to do a lot of other things on the computer first before I could eat. But by time I actually made breakfast and ate, my headache was already at 100. Sucks, but it stayed and it's still here a little bit. And it's now 6:51, so almost 7 o'clock. So I've had the headache for over 6 hours now. Yeah, over 6 hours. I don't like runner's headache. It's annoying, but I know once I get through them, they're gonna stop. I tried eating a protein bar that I found in Trader Joe's, and it said it had less sugar, but I don't think they understood what less sugar means because it was like I dipped my hand into a bag of sugar and I was eating that. The little bar, I couldn't finish it because it was so sweet. And I'm like, they said it's less sugar. It is alcohol, no, sugar alcohol, which causes less spike and all of that. So I'm like, okay, so probably better. No, it is worse. It is so much worse. I'm going to go for a walk later, and I know it's gonna help. Plus, being outside always makes me feel better. And I should be walking the Brooklyn Bridge. I normally ride over it. So this is gonna be a change where I actually walk over it. I've walked over the Manhattan Bridge before, but not much to see, you just walk. Yes, there is a lot to see because the height that you are walking over the water and all that, it's gorgeous. But the Brooklyn Bridge, no. I think I've only walked it once, and mostly I've just ridden over it. For the majority of this week, besides restarting the edits that I was doing for the film, which I still didn't finish yet, and today's Friday, but hey, I'm on my schedule right now. I'm not forcing myself to do anything because I know once everything's going, it's gonna take me a time to just mellow back out. And I'm still reacclimating to my environment. Everything is still nuts. So that's what I'm doing. After editing the video, I got past a certain point where I was so excited that I finally finished the drum scene and went on to the next day and all of that. I'm just like, oh my god, I was so excited. But I started really late. So by the time I looked at the time and it was like, okay, I'm gonna go in and start editing and everything now. It was like, it's after 8. Probably gonna get something to eat. So then that was the end of that. But besides that, I've had some ideas about something else. I can't tell you about it, but I can tell you how excited I am about it. Because when I had the idea, it started out as a redesign of something else. And it wasn't looking how I wanted it to look. So I had the whole idea of, all right, let me just put this together and not overthink it, because when it comes to design, when it comes to anything, I'm going to overthink it if I don't like grab myself and be like, listen, you're gonna do this and we're gonna keep it simple. Keep it simple. So when I went to bed last night and I woke up with the idea of how to make it better, how to make it look like what I had in my head. And I sat down today and I did it. And it's coming out so awesome. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is fun. This is fun. It's always amazing when I have ideas in my head, like designs and just different projects that I want to work on, and they start coming together. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's something insane happens when I'm able to create what's in my head. So my eyes can physically see what I was thinking. I don't know how to explain that. So if you get it, then let me know if you get it. If not, then you'll understand when it happens to you, if it ever does. But it's always the simplest way I can put it. If you walk into a room, or you just move into a room, and you have some ideas of where you want the bed, where you want the couch, where you want posters, what type of posters, what color are you going to do the room, and all that. And then one day when everything is done, and you just randomly walk into your house and you look and you're like, holy crap, I thought all of this. This is exactly what I wanted. Maybe not that, I probably changed that. Don't think that went with the idea, but everything else, yeah, I thought about that. And now it's here. And isn't that crazy? That's with everything in life. Everything that exists now was a thought in somebody's head. So it's that feeling that I'm feeling when it comes to the project. So I'm excited about finishing that. And that actually took my attention away from editing. Sometimes I do wish I can clone myself and be like, you edit, you work on the graphic design stuff, you go out and just film and enjoy yourself and just live, and you make the music. That would be awesome. And then we just rotate. But this is why a team is needed, because I cannot do everything myself at all. And if I try to, I'm just going to drive myself insane. So I think that was a long way of saying I do need help, because being home is different, and prioritizing a lot of things when a lot of things need to get done, yeah, it doesn't really work out all the time. But I'm happy I'm home. Still happy I'm home. And happy I'm about to go on this walk. The reality of walking across the Brooklyn Bridge.